please. I was so glad to share that with you. Really wanted to share that with you.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What's that?
Vianne, go ahead. Anytime, Vienna, anybody here, anytime you get something like that that really touches you, that really you've seen the major transformation in somebody, please document it, record it, do what you can, because that's helpful for the whole world, the whole community.
Yeah, I will do. Well, I'm already thinking that everything I do, I want to get testimonials for. But, you know, I didn't tell her what I was doing because I thought it's her toe. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter. But, you know, she was open to it. She didn't ask what I was putting. She knows what I'm doing in here. She must have an idea. So, yeah, I'm going to document it. That's a very good idea.
Thank you. Awesome. Everything we're doing is not only history in the making, but we're building a structure of educational material, testimonial material for multiple generations.
Yeah. Do you know what's really exciting for me? I wanted an avenue of opportunity because this residential home has got hundreds of older people there that are all on medication, that are all suffering. Oh, it's painful. And I know I'm there for a reason. It's not just to do their eyebrows and their feet. You know, that it's not just for that. It's because I'm meant to plant these seeds. So I'm really excited to be given this opportunity with me hearts. You know, I'm just so excited that I feel that as this unfolds, slowly, it's going to trickle out. Some won't be open-minded, but that's okay. Some will.
That's right. Good for you. And just to have that outlook of that you're there for more than that purpose is huge, because a lot of people get stuck. They say, you know, well, I really don't enjoy this as much as I want to. And yet we're sent places for purposes. You know, I believe that for sure. And I love your hair down.
Thank you. It's partially. I did a partial because it would have been out here. I would have done a Gary Matadine. It would have been everywhere.
Yeah, Thank you so much. Throw it up every time you talk.
Yeah, I so believe I trust what you're saying. You know, I feel that. I feel it doesn't matter where you are, even if you feel like, what the freaking hell am I doing here? I didn't really want this job. There's a reason you're there. It's divinely orchestrated.
Yes, absolutely.
So believe that.
Agreed.
Thank you. I so love you all so much. Your support and your love means so much to me. That's why we can't let this end.
That's right. We won't.
No.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's right, brother.
So, guys, grab your water. We're going to do a communion.
Yay.
Grab it or put a cup between your legs. Let's get started. What I love about you guys is nobody can take offense to anything.
Exactly.
No.
What's the point? All right.
I love it.
I'm going to read from this book. I don't know if you've seen this book. It's one of my favorites. The Door of Everything. No. Is it backwards?
No.
All right, it's a metaphysical classic. It's one of those books where you guys all have books like this. You open it up to any page and it speaks to you exactly where you need to hear what you need to hear. So I took a passage from the book and I tweaked it just a little bit so it refers to Shivambhu.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Grab your water. This great water of Shivambhu is the reward for all who overcome the mixed thought habits of the earth. It is the reward given us to lead us through that unreal door. It is the new name written into our hearts. It is the complete fulfillment of the light that contains all. For life is light and light is love. Your body is the vessel which must receive this love, aka Shivambhu. Your little human self would be consumed by it, or human self will consume it. Let your soul stand forth and live. For of what profit is it if a man gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Come, meet me just inside the door of everything, in my timeless realm of being, where all the perfect qualities of your grand cosmic self will intersect and blend into one precious jewel, the precious jewel of the water of life, which is love.
Beautiful. Stunning.
Amen.
Yes.
And it's funny you should have the collapsible cup because I found a new collapsed cup company that somebody sent me some information on. So I pitched them on branding it and marketing it for the community.
Oh, fantastic.
Yay.
I tried
Hopefully that
it,
one goes.
I tried it with Hideaway, but they couldn't seem to get their mind wrapped around the idea.
They're lost.
They're lost. I even pitched a company that makes female funnels, urinary funnels.
Shiwi, yeah.
Shiwi had no wee wee to shiwi with me wee, so it didn't go anywhere.
I love it.
All right, now that we got some good giggles in, let's do some class here. Can anybody explain the difference? Who wants to explain the difference or the advantage between drinking or an orally versus up the nose? What's the difference or what's the advantage?
It gets into the blood-brain barrier.
Which does what?
The pineal gland, the brain, it enlivens you, it makes you feel alive. It just, wow, just does a multitude of things, really.
Decalcifying of the pineal gland was something that I actually felt when I first began last October and started drinking. I woke up one morning with a quite heavy head and a headache here.
Breaking up,
I sat up and I could literally hear the lime scale dripping down the back of my neck. I was like, wow, what's happened to me? I could feel lime scale off the inside of the kettle, all broken up.
Wow.
And I could literally hear it going down through my lymphatic drainage system. I've never been the same since.
Wow.
You know, I've never been the same since you guys have been opened.
I'll be honest with you, since I started in January, I've been feeling like a building of a Kundalini awakening in my spine. I feel it. It's happening all the time in little trinkets. So, you know, I'm quite excited, you know, I want it to happen. And I know things are going on here, like, I just love it so much. I can't wait. That's so amazing, Pian. I love that.
Yeah.
What you said, the Kundalini rising, some people refer to as ascension energy, and some people I prefer it as liberation or freedom energy, because what's happening is you're cleansing every level that you've been in your body, your mind, your emotions. Everything's being purged. Everything's being, you know, cleaned out. The old belief systems, the programming, the limiting thoughts, the negativity, everything we got from our family, religion, everything going away. So you feel like a lift because you've been heavy laden with it your whole life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's true.
yeah, that actually just summed up how it feels. Totally.
Yeah, and your mind is not equipped to take that so quickly. So it has to like slow it down, put it in a compartment versus just breathe and experience what arises in you, and trust you're going to get through it on the other side.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
when people aren't equipped with the understanding of what is this adjustment and this unsettling period, they can drive you nuts.
Mika.
Oh, Mika.
Mika.
Hello.
She's in transit. She's in her car.
She is in her body transport unit.
Hey, you guys. Can you hear me?
Mika.
Oh my God. Finally got on.
Yay.
Oh my goodness. I've been like, it's just life has been go this last couple of weeks. My goodness, so many things. How is everybody doing?
Oh, we're great.
Love you all. I miss you all.
Yes, we missed you.
Well,
Your presence.
welcome back, Mika.
Thank you.
You're sis, you're 2 sips behind everybody, so you better sip up.
That's right. Cheers.
Cheers.
I think this is all of us today. This is exciting.
Star.
Oh, Star. Oh, that's right. Where's Star been?
Star has been doing Star.
Gotcha.
I'm giving you the slogan of the week. You know, I get all these slogans. They come through and they turn into stuff. This is the one I've
slogans?
yeah, it does. I've been spreading. This is the new slogan I've been spreading around the internet.
My urine, my choice.
My urine, my choice, baby.
I love
No,
it.
I
that.
love it.
We're no longer going to say my body, my choice. My urine.
Awesome.
Let's then put a law on that. Tell you what you cannot do with your body.
Yeah.
So, Mika, what we're doing was we're talking about the difference between regular drinking and nose drinking, and how it opens up the brain, it nourishes the third eye, the pineal gland. Some people are saying they're clearer than they've ever been before. Some people say they're calmer than they've ever been before. Some people say life seems to take on a more meaning for them. So I know you guys are feeling it too. There's a shift going on, and it's a positive one. So you got to stay steady in your spiritual practices, because there's a lot of people who don't know what's happening, and they're just like riding along, getting shock after shock and anxious about everything. And our work is to stay calm and present as much as you can. Not just for the people that are coming to you because they need your touch, your love, your inspiration. You do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got to get off my soapbox. I preached today. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen. It's very true. Always the mission statement is important, Brother Sage, to stay, the course, the focus on that. That's important, because that's the whole purpose. If we can really keep that balance and that peace internally, that is obviously, we already all know that we vibrational beings, and that energy just gets shared. And that's what this is. It's a, collective impact, and others will pick that up, just like we pick up the frequencies when we're in the room with people who have a lot of anxiety and, internal disalignments. Either we like it or not, it affects all of us. So that's why it's so important to keep rebalancing and keep, supporting our body to produce this highest quality urine that will help us through this journey, to stay who we really desire to be, who we truly were created to be. Amazing, miracle human beings, right?
Amen, sister.
Amen.
So true. I say that.
I
say that all the time. You have to be really careful about what you're doing, because you affect so many people, and they've done studies. I think there's a Heart Institute or something where they've actually been able to monitor.
Right here in California. I'm loving the people involved. Yes, absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the most important organ right here.
Yes.
Superpowers.
Isn't it somebody who's like an author of a lot of reincarnation books or something that opened that Heart Institute? I can't remember. Can't remember who it is. Yeah, but anyway, it's very.
I forget whose idea was it, but obviously, so many bright minds of today's medicine and science, and our humanity's star seeds are part of it, like Greg Braden, and Joe Dispenza, Dr. Joe Dispenza. They all part of it. Because what it represents, and obviously they're doing a lot of scientific studies to support not just the theory, but prove the reality to people who are much more scientifically minded, and let's say not so intuitively minded, like most of us. We already know, but from the scientific standpoint of view, we used to think that our brain is the most important organ that receives everything first, the neurons in the brain, but no, it's the neurites in our heart that receive everything first. Okay, and that's our intuitive power, and it's just amazing.
So eloquently put, as always, Mika. Beautiful. Yeah.
And I hope you'll make it to Oceanside in 3 weeks.
Can't wait. Yes, we get who else is coming, Brother Sage? I want to talk about it.
we have Catherine Doolin is one of my other students. Melissa Raphael, she's coming from San Diego. She's does graphic design. She's bringing her mother, who's 59, who practices urine therapy.
Wow, amazing.
Wow.
There's a woman named Brianna. She's in her late 20s. Her and her mom are talking about coming. And Catherine has several people who just want to come for the evening talk on urine therapy.
That's beautiful. Man, I wish I could be there. That's in California, though, you're going?
Yes.
The
Wow.
first leg of the tour is a kickoff in California. And the reason I say that, because nothing's planned past that, but it's falling in place because everything is in divine order. So North Carolina might be on the radar.
Yay! I can't wait. Let's do it.
You step up, you become the organizer.
Oh my goodness.
By the
Well,
way,
I need to find more pee drinkers around here first, brother.
yes and no, yes and no. And I know I'm taking up class time here, but I think this is important. And I want people to realize the reason I'm writing these books and the reason for putting together a retreat and the reason I put together a nonprofit is not so I could glorify Brother Sage. It's designed to get the message, to get the movement strong, connected, community building in all these different countries. And from what I understand, there's not really anything off the internet where people can meet in person, share their intimate experiences with urine therapy, and grow and support each other. And who knows,
Yeah.
maybe somebody will create a clinic.
That's on my list.
That's on
And-
your list. So
Yep.
this is the retreat is the best of all the things that I've been teaching and studying and learning for 42 years. So we're going to be doing breathing groups, meditation groups. We're going to have a kirtan at nighttime, outdoor fire. We're going to do dyads and conversations as couples. We're going to pair up and do that kind of healing. We're going to have some serious beach time. And people have an opportunity to get body work or breath work with myself or with Catherine. And there's going to be, plenty of time for people to just be quiet and go through their process. A lot of people will be fasting and living on fruit for 3 days. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know.
Absolutely.
All right, let's pull out some books. Yeah, Pian, go ahead.
Kathleen messaged me. I'm so excited. Kathleen messaged me. She's like, "Oh, the retreat's at my house. I'm so excited to tell you that the first retreat is Oceanside and it's at my house." I was like, "Wow, well done, Kathleen. Good on you." She's a fantastic woman.
Great sister. She's put a lot of work and effort into this. She's somehow figured a way how to turn her house into a retreat center. And she's giving me her bedroom. She moves into the house and I get her bedroom. And I don't know what this is all about, but she figured out how to do an outdoor fire. Maybe we'll find a way if people want to do enemas. There'll be a room for people to do that. Just whatever we can turn into a retreat and a kind of like a spa.
Amazing.
Yes, but I said I'd love to connect with her and see if she needs any support or assistance in something, how she's planning on doing that. So
Hey, I'm making a note. A sticky pad. Connect with Catherine.
Where are you at this week, Tom?
I'm in Arkansas.
Oh, you're back in Arkansas?
That's where I live. Yeah.
You're breaking up. Tom.
Got here Sunday. Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you breaking up with us?
Signal's not great out here.
No.
Okay.
I know
let's
I'm
try-
hoping mine will be okay too, because I'll be in transit in a little bit, so hopefully it will be all smooth.
Mika, everybody, we're going to try something I've been doing with some of my friends around the internet. How many people are barefoot? 1, 2, 3. Mika, are you barefoot? Can you kick off your shoes?
Yeah,
All right. Pian, you barefoot?
I'm
Yes, I
always
am.
barefoot, brother Sage. See my cute little toes.
All right. This is a whole fun. This is a fun little cosmic process we came up with, and some people get it and some people don't. All right. Take about 10 seconds. Just shuffle your feet on the rug, the floor, the mat, whatever you got. Shuffle your feet. Now take that energy, that friction, and send it through the screen. Send it to Tom, send it to PN, anybody who's got any imbalance going on in their body, in their consciousness, in their life, send it to yourself.
Oh, nice and warming.
So be it. Make it so. So some people have said when we've done that process, they don't feel like there's a difference between their world and my world. There's not really, there's just the appearance of a screen, but we're really all connected.
So real. Yes.
So let's hope that PN and Tom have better reception now.
Good call.
It's like when you work with the elements and you can put your hand and your energy up into the clouds and make the sun come out. You've done that before?
I've definitely done that kind of thing. Yes, I have.
Or you just do what PN does and put your boiled pea in the backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to tell you guys. So remember last week I was saying that I was going to start doing the diffuser in my son's room because he has an aversion still to UT, but I did get him to agree to at least do the diffuser. So yesterday morning I started, or 2 days ago I started, and by the end of the first day he was coming in and saying, my room smells a little weird, Mom, but I'm clearing up. I can feel it. And I said, all right, so we'll keep doing it and just see. And then yesterday he had no problems. There was no asthma issues all day.
Wow.
And I just put some essential oils and my water because he didn't have enough. He's not collecting it enough. So I had to use mine, but it was a different room. I walked in there and it just it felt clean and light, and it was amazing. So yeah, I definitely started that.
That sounds amazing. Well done. And look, he's open to that. That's fantastic.
Well, at least that he's not open to the rest of it.
He must be feeling great.
Baby steps, yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
he's gonna grow up just fine.
Absolutely.
With a mum like you, of course he is.
Right.
Well,
And he's still young, right? He's very young, so.
Yes, he's 13.
Yeah,
wow.
so
that's what an awesome age to be involved with this.
Exactly. So he's just getting all these amazing fundamentals.
Maybe his
knowledge.
His hormonal changes won't be so dramatic.
Yeah.
I hope not.
God, he'll thank you so much for this one day. He doesn't realize it right now.
Well, my daughter thanked me yesterday because she said she's 14 and she had a little sore throat coming up and she went in and snorted her water. And out of the blue, she came up to me and hugged me in the kitchen yesterday. And I said, what was that for? And she said, I just appreciate you. She said, I was having this sore throat coming on and I snorted some of my water and I feel great. And I just appreciate what you do, Mom. It was really sweet.
That is so
amazing.
That is
wonderful.
Beautiful.
It was awesome.
Wow. That's the power of Shivambhu. Because you don't get teenagers saying things like that to their mums, not in this day and age. They'd rather be on a tablet or a phone or, oh, shut up and go away. But, look at that heart opening. That's just beautiful. What a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
They got a way better start than I ever did. So I'm very thankful for that.
Exactly.
They're going to know how to take care of themselves. It's great.
Wow.
Definitely.
I'm so touched, with what you're saying as a mother, and as mothers, we collectively think about this world and the legacy of co-creating an amazing world for future generations, our children, our grandchildren, and what's coming, and just the feeling of leaving something so amazing and having a butterfly effect that our children will carry that wisdom for the future generation. That's really inspiring to me, and just want to do more and more. So we have to honor and protect and support people like Brother Sage, who is willing to travel the country, the world, wherever the spirit will take him to share this message.
Absolutely.
You feel the power though, don't you? I feel it. I feel there's something magical going on. It's just palpable. that this is growing and it's exploding. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't know, it's just something's happening. I just feel it within me.
That's right. It is happening.
I'd like to introduce everyone to this new little gadget. Silicone face and body sponge. It's like a little massager.
Oh, yes.
And inside the sponge, soak it in your urine, and it's got like little massager there for the face with the sponge inside, and then it's got like a larger there, and yeah, I find it quite nice.
Bit cool.
Yeah.
Kiddie friendly, like here, there's a little sponge for you to play with, you know.
That's awesome.
Also, exfoliation gloves.
Oh, yes. I've seen
those. I've been exfoliating. Really good technique.
Wow.
For getting into the oxygenated blood to the skin, whilst using urine. Getting your circulation going. These are two valuable tools that I've discovered.
What's that sponge thing
Wow,
called?
very nice.
What's it called, that sponge thing?
Silicone face and body sponge.
Thank you.
Silicone face. There you go.
And
Take
you
a
know,
screenshot.
I got it from Pound Stretcher.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got a few. There's a little sponge inside.
Silicone face.
That's so
How
cool.
cute.
Sponge.
I think you could replace it with a piece of natural sponge, which might be a bit nicer.
Yeah.
But just as a little thing that's child friendly.
It has a cute face on it too.
Yeah.
Is it real
Great, I love
soft? Is it soft, Pian?
Yes, it's very soft silicone,
Nice.
very gentle.
Give it a squeeze. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed to see. Otherwise, it looked like hard plastic.
Yeah, no, it's very supple.
All right, see, that's confirmation right there that with your imagination, you'll walk into a store without thinking about it, and something will jump off the shelf, and you go, "I know it's used for that, but no, it's used for something else." And you bring it home and go, "It's a sponge face thing."
It's Shivambhu friendly.
Yeah.
And it's only £1. Oh my God.
It was like 75p or something.
Less than £1.
Yeah, less than £1.
Oh.
And speaking of class, let's go to the book.
Okay.
I let you guys go out far enough today. Now,
Yes, thank you, brother. You're so
you're
patient.
welcome, because I realize that you guys got the book. You can study with this stuff on your own, but this human relationship stuff is precious to me. I know it is to you guys to be able to build these intimate relationships, even if it's online. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, you got a book? You got a book. We're on page 126.
Oh, darn it. Now I got to grab my glasses. Sorry.
Oh. Just so you'll know, my upcoming book is at the publishers right now.
Ooh.
This is the handbook. I got it down to 94 pages.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's the new cover.
Venetia, you might want to get this, Venetia.
I've got that one.
Yes.
You got the secrets
I
book?
haven't read it yet, but I have got it. I got a few, and that was one of them.
Yes, because this has got a large amount of chapters about senior citizens.
Oh, has
inside,
it? Okay. Lovely.
And the second childhood of senility.
Wow, thanks very much.
Brilliant.
Thank
when you get there, you can get away with stuff, like being happy and being a childlike, and that people just shoo it off. Oh, it's senility. No, it's not. It's finally being free to be yourself.
What's the name of the book again?
The Secrets of Youthing.
Oh, yes.
The
Yes.
Secrets of Youthing, either from Amazon or if you're in US, sign from me.
Okay, I will get one for sure.
Leonard Orr was one of my spiritual mentors for 40 years. And so I got to spend close time with him, working on his feet, getting to know him, having him breathe in my bathtub for hours. And he brought to the world the idea of physical mortality, the birth syndrome, all the human problems that people had. He boiled it down to like 7. And one of them he talks about in this book is healing senility. And that is a feeling usually when there are people in their 60s and 70s, people start regressing and they feel helpless. They feel hopeless. Some people can't even poop by themselves. And it can hit people in their 30s, in their 40s. All of a sudden, things seem impossible, beyond their control, and they feel helpless. Well, he got to the root of it and healed himself. And so he wrote about it in a book.
That's amazing. Yeah, I need to read that for sure.
So,
because that's a big problem. I mean, it seems to be an epidemic where Alzheimer's and dementia has taken over our elderly. So yeah, we need to definitely do that, all of us.
I lost a friend. I lost a friend named Amanda. She was diagnosed with senility and then Alzheimer's at 36. She died at 39.
Oh,
with the fastest case, Alzheimer's just consumed her. In 4 years, she'd lost everything. She lost her home that she owned. They wouldn't allow her to live in her home, even though she owned it. She wasn't allowed to go inside it alone. And literally, she ended up wandering the streets all the time. And she eventually died because she just couldn't remember to look after herself.
Wow.
It's needless. This is needless suffering. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Needless, definitely.
Okay.
When you think that the answer is within you, to the solution is there, and yet to see and hear that suffering. Me too. I've known people close to me that have had parents that have had Alzheimer's, and just seen them just deteriorate so rapidly to the point they're just wandering off in the street, taking their clothes off. They don't know who they are. They don't know where they are. It's heartbreaking. And to think all that time it's within you, that solution is there.
And the cause is also in there as well. For most people, if you go down deep enough, their real issue is they don't feel appreciated and loved. They don't have a life of purpose. They feel disconnected. And so their joy has literally been sucked out of them. Yeah. And then the doctors have to call it something. They're not going to call it the person hates life. I mean, they got to name it something so they can treat it. But the person is suffering inside, and that's what it leads to.
They love a label, don't they?
They do. That's how they get their income. So let's go to page 126, and I'm going to start reading about fresh rubbings. One method is to soak cotton balls or washcloth in Urine and rub or dab on affected areas. When treating an area that has been affected, get a soft latex disposable glove for your hands, a soft plastic type of shoe covers used by surgeons, plastic bags, shower cap, plastic wrap, or large leaf of a tree to cover or wrap the burned or affected area. And I showed you all the different ways I use a shower cap. So make sure you have shower caps. This is done. I mean, this lifestyle is so inexpensive. This is done to keep oxygen away from the skin. Oxygen causes the skin to blister and to feel painful. Indication: general skin care, rashes, wounds, and bites. Homeopathic UT tincture. Now, I don't talk about this much, but I had to put it in there because most people want it full strength, right?
Yeah.
Homeopathic is you use diluted drops in water. You're familiar with that. So I put that in there for the people who wanted to know what that's all about. So let's skip that chapter and go to the next one because we only got one more class after this.
Wow.
Bottom of page 128, compresses. We use them a lot, so learn about these. It's the same with the body wrap. Fill silicone disposable glove, shower cap, plastic bag, whatever you got, with fresh or evolving urine. Leave it on the area for an hour according to severity of burn, rash, bite, cut, sting. Don't apply creams or any other products on the skin. If urine first aid is not available, forget the urine. Immediately cover the burn area is the most important thing. Refill your urine compress when it dries up. For a third-degree burn, you may have to leave it on for 3 days to give the body a chance to grow a new layer of skin. Enjoy watching these unique protocols for healing conditions of the brain, hands, and feet, and there's the link. Now, when I wrote the book, many of these links were posted on my Facebook page, so I don't know if they're still in existence. FYI. Throughout history, sages have been well aware of the hormonal effects of urine. They state that if a person is unable to urinate, the urine from somebody of the same sex is acceptable, but not somebody of the other sex. It has been a held belief that female urine contains greater amounts of female hormones, such as estrogen, and if ingested over a long period of time by a man, this may feminize him, or whatever you want to call that, a feminizing effect. The opposite was also believed, that if a woman ingested male urine, they would have extra testosterone. Despite the theory or superstition, I spent a lot of time debunking a lot of these dogma around urine therapy. Despite the theory, many report that urine therapy is needed to restore health from either gender will be just fine. That's part of the universal panacea wisdom. Shivambhu is known as a universal panacea for a reason. For patients who are unable to keep down fluids or urinate, obtain urine from another person other than the patient to give it to a person who is sick. The preferred, quote, the preferred donor is a vegan non-smoker who does not take drugs or drink alcohol. But you can't always find the perfect candidate, so use what you can find. Does that make sense?
Yes.
In the perfect world. This method of using the urine of a donor works well because urine is not gender specific, age, or race. Some UT therapists like Doc Mike Whitford, by the way, he's in San Augustine, Florida right now. I'm tracking him because when he goes from state to state, he brings in new teaching, he gets in new clients, and he's a buddy of mine. Plus, he's also a good role model for me to be a traveling teacher. So I keep up with Doc Mike. He's been at this 22 years. He's proven the point of his serious ill patients by drinking their urine, both genders, even from those diagnosed with cancer, diabetes, or virus. They are getting great results. Now, I have to be honest with you. I had to stretch my mind thinking that, okay, here's a grown man who's really getting off to drinking these pretty ladies' urine, and don't write a sexual story about it. And I don't know anybody went through that. I'm going, no, he's brilliant. He's seeing the universality of the water. But you know how we can misread things.
Wait, I'm sorry. I must have missed something. So wait, what happened with it?
Oh, he's been teaching people that urine is a universal panacea, and it doesn't matter which gender.
Oh, okay. Okay. I gotcha.
I just noticed he happened to prefer.
You were wondering that too, Tom. Don't lie. We missed something. Okay.
You know, I thought, okay, some guys are just undercoverly. They're really off on that other tangent. And I'm having to keep it in perspective because I have a different approach to it. So you can see how your mind can write stories about something that's really innocent.
Yes.
So that's Dr. Mike. Rub or massage the whole body of the affected area with urine. Leave it on or rinse it off with cold water 15 minutes. Avoid use of soap, or you can leave it on. It really doesn't matter. Note, for topical use, applying urine that is at least 8 days old is better than 2-day-old. Save it in a glass jar with a good cover in a cool and dark place. Well, that's not necessarily the case because I keep a lot of it on a windowsill. So wherever you keep it is up to you. It's still going to mature. Obtain urine immediately after intercourse and apply it to the genitals and related area. Girls should apply a douche with fresh urine. Leave the urine on the skin for at least 10 minutes. Breathe in vapors of urine 2 to 3 times a day until the healing crisis occurs. Change or complement your diet with raw foods. A more simpler and for some challenging way of eating is the fruitarian lifestyle. And you'll notice that if you start telling people, well, if you want to get healthier, you got to do your urine. But even more important, you got to move to raw foods. Notice how many people you get resistance from that because they're really attached to their cooked food?
So have there been some studies done, like, sorry to ask this question, but like vegan raw food versus, you know, the meat eaters or whatever, and what their urine, you know, the constituents in the urine have, like, so we can compare? I know the taste definitely has an effect, you know, when you eat acidic foods, it definitely affects the taste. But just curious about the potency.
It affects the taste, it affects the smell, it affects the color, it affects the viscosity
Right.
of it. And without going into detail, you can find research like that all over the internet if you dig in it deep enough, or use your body like a lot of us as a laboratory.
Right.
I mean, we see this all the time. The purer you get, the more obvious it is. Chocolate lover out there in England, the more serious you are about eating raw foods and enemas and fasting and this is my wellness lifestyle. I had some oatmeal the other day, and the next morning it's like mucus, and
Right.
your body is going to respond really quick, particularly if you're pure to begin with. It'll be obvious when you start adding something that's not on your diet, why it's not on your diet.
You know what? I love that though. I love that. I know when I've been naughty, that it's there. It's in front of me. There's no denying it. And I just
I love that. I love that. We all like to be naughty sometimes, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
Two confessions. We're back in church again.
I know.
I know.
Children, is there anything else you wish to come clean on, my children?
So say it now or forever hold your peace.
Thank you.
Literally.
Thank you.
Well, while we're on this subject,
Tom.
you talked about the color. I hope I'm not cutting in and out. Well, I don't know if I heard it from you or was some other video. They're talking about like experienced urine therapists can tell like by the color and the appearance of the urine what it's good for or better for as far as healing. Did I hear that from you? Brother Sam?
I'm not sure if I approach it that
Have
way.
you? Okay, so you haven't heard that. I've heard that from somewhere, and I'm real curious about that.
You're saying it would be indicative for particular health conditions?
Well, like no, not necessarily like as a diagnosis or anything, but like okay, this darker is better for when you're dealing with headaches or something. I don't know. Like as medicine, it's like your medicine cabinet. So different color, different looks, appearances of the urine would be better for certain issues. I don't know.
Situation. I like to keep my life pretty darn simple.
I agree. I'm with you on that.
I don't buy a lot of stuff. And if that's how you work with it in your equation, I'd say a simpler approach is just date all your urine when you store it. And watch your intuition go, oh, this one's 6 months old, but with this one's 9 months old, I'm going with that one.
Yeah. I was just
it's
curious.
a feeling.
I love that. I love going to I haven't got many in there, but it's like going into like a box of magic tricks. Oh, which one shall I pick today? Oh, it's exciting.
I know, and you remind me of a white witch.
A brown one?
Oh,
I know, I'm only joking. It's what it feels like.
I can relate, Vienna. I can so relate because I have a connection with Merlin and Saint Germain and the alchemists and Babaji. And so when people start talking that language, I go, I love that world.
Me too. I love that world. Yay.
Well, we're all alchemists. We're all trying to find our elixir of life, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, we found it.
Yeah.
We did.
It's been there all along.
It's been there all along. We had the magic within us.
Yes.
And you finally unlock the door, and here it comes. This is great.
Yeah.
All right, page 131, Urine Deodorant. If anybody's still rolling things under their armpit, you gotta think twice about it. We learned years ago about all the aluminum and crap they put in underarm deodorants. As one improves the quality of their diet and continues with UT, you'll begin to have more pleasant smelling sweat or perspiration. Let you stop using a commercial underarm deodorant. As a deodorant, dab Urine in the places where you usually roll on that stuff. The results are remarkable. One will not smell from sweat. Rub on hairy chests and feet for a clean and fresh topical fragrance. Practicing UT protocols daily, especially with the addition of saturation dosing, builds a strong body as it quickens the healing. And if anybody makes a comment that says you smell like urine, you just say, "Oh, do you like my new perspirant? My underarm deodorant?" Oh, the toilet, right?
Oh man.
This is how we roll in this world. All right, when you get a chance, Manjeshri Avanad, she's this incredible urine therapy sister out there in India. And she was involved in our calls for many, many years. And this was some of her writing. And she got me going on getting people to show before and after pictures. You know, she showed a picture of before urine therapy, and then a year later, and then another year later, she got younger, her skin got more beautiful, her hair got thicker, and she was like the poster child for a while.
Wow. I've never heard of her.
Well, there she is. You can find her on Facebook, and I'm not sure what other platforms.
Okay.
So
Okay, so we have her name and then comments.
Oh, well, she's in the book on page 133.
Oh, okay.
Or PDF version, whatever you got.
Okay.
All right, let's go over to page 137. We're going to take a break in 30 minutes. Nourishing the nails. To strengthen, nourish, refresh, and brighten and color the color of your nails, soak them in Urine for 10 to 15 minutes or longer. Then brush the nails. In the end, rinse your nails in Urine or water. You'll be pleasantly surprised by the results. Ladies, let's see your nails.
Oh no.
Do you have the moons? Do you have those little white moons?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good sign of good health.
Yeah.
I don't push my cutes back. It's too painful. No moon. I always did have, but now I no longer do. No.
Okay.
Mine are discolored. I need to soak mine definitely. Because
Do you
the
wear
white
nail polish? Do you wear nail polish?
I do. So when
That's what stains
Yeah.
it, actually.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna soak them. I was just thinking about that this morning that I need to soak my nails in Urine today.
Excellent. Okay.
Good
so
idea.
I'm glad we brought this up. Now,
I've been accumulating these Himalayan salt bottles
Uh-huh.
and come with a cork. The black salt is something that people use like to make like an eggy flavor in some vegan stuff, but I just decant out with the salt, in with the pea. And I
Oh,
use a
Very
pea.
practical. I like that. All right,
Look
we're
how
going to.
beautiful. They're just really nice and corked. Oh,
Looks like a good bottle of vintage.
yeah.
from like Christmas, saving it since Christmas.
Lovely.
You could give those as Christmas gifts.
I love that.
The gift that I'm giving.
That's right. That's
I love
right.
it.
I mean, with all the weird shit that is being sold on the internet,
Yeah,
I think we need to get in on this Urine
yeah, agreed.
market.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree because I don't really care about importing cow pee. United States has to be known for something other than gomutra out in India.
Well, I'm gonna start investing in some popsicle molds or something. I mean, like lollipop molds.
Yeah,
There's got to be a market.
there is. And what would you call these?
Oh gosh, well,
Popsicles.
brother, I would leave that totally up to you to come up with a name. I cannot compare to all the puns that you're going whirling in that toilet of yours upstairs.
The
Yeah,
toilet
the we're gonna call it lolly pea.
That's right, lolly peas. Lolly peas.
Lolly
Piss
peas.
pops.
Pop.
Piss pops.
Piss
Piss pops.
Yeah,
Pop.
piss pops.
I love it. I'm
6-pack of
I
pea
won't
pops
send
for
you
my
any,
kids.
Vienna. I won't send Vienna any because she doesn't like piss. But I do like piss pop. I like the sound of it. I do. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. That's
my
it,
goodness.
y'all. I'm gonna get on my business plan when I get off here today.
Okay, well, you've already got a market, so no problem. All right, bottom page 137. Enemas and fasting creates great improvement. Greatly improves the cleansing and purification of the body, mind, and spirit. Choosing the right containers. According to the Shiva Kalpa, which is the Damar Tantra, recommends the use of, this was written 5,000 years ago, gold, silver, copper, brass, iron, glass. I added that. I don't think they had glass 5,000 years ago. Earth, clay, bamboo, bones, leather, or a bowl made out of plantain leaves as the containers. You can also use coconut shells. If nothing, you can't find anything else, you'd use coconut shells. Something that will hold it. Okay, you set it aside. But these are different things, and people on the internet have been showing their lovely copper vessels and their brass, all these things. And she's got glass right there. Number 2, what to use as a cover? Cheesecloth, soft material, or nylon stocking can stretch to cover any size jar. Covering a jar is optional. As Orin is ultra antiseptic and antibacterial, you can simply screw on a jar lid and leave Orin alone to evolve gracefully. And that's for all the people who are concerned and going, well, if I cover it up, how's it going to breathe? I said, well, it's in its own environment. It has its own oxygen source. It has everything inside it. It can't be contaminated. So whatever you cover is optional. Number 3, labeling the storage date lets us measure the, quote, age, strength, and any unusual changes in the evolution of the Orin. Since there's no specific formula to determine when Orin reaches its nutritional peak, trust intuition and personal experience as the best indicator of the strength of the evolving Orin. Orin users have reported storing evolving Orin for 9 or more years. By its no one's surprised at that, right?
Jealous, maybe, not surprised.
Jealous, yes, that's funny.
A lot of people live in the now, and when they need whatever they got, if it's only 3 months old, they're going, I need it now, I'll make more. Some people have the liberty of having it stored in their closet, in their garage, or somewhere, and they can start building up the supply, which is great for a bath, in case you want to have a party and everybody gets massaged. Whatever you want. By its nature, Tom got that one. By its nature, Shivambhu is a self-purifying and always evolving. Where can you find anything like Shivambhu in nature? Perhaps it's what a salamander uses to regrow its tail. It's a personal choice whether to cover the jar with a material or screw on the lid. As the world's most renowned antiviral, antibacterial, antiseptic, antifungal, and antipathogenic substance, no toxic bacteria can compromise or grow in Orin. And when we've discovered that the germ theory was a fake, doesn't that change the way you approach using urine to get rid of bad germs?
Yeah.
So what are we really doing? We're not getting rid of bad germs, but we're cleaning out whatever it is that's compromising our body.
Exactly.
And some of it's physical.
Yeah.
Some of it's emotional. Some of it's deeply held beliefs that we're not taking a look at. Oh, breathe. Okay, rest. We had to put that in there because most of you guys are working a mile a minute like Mika, and you guys have to build rest, a pause, time out every day so you can get recentered. Take a breath. I had to have a moment with you. Take a breath. You do that, you pile as much as you can during the day, and then you have to recover at nighttime. So be mindful of the pace, how you build things into your life and get better at managing your energy. And then
Great point. Thank you for the reminder, Brother Sage.
You're welcome.
I needed to hear that.
That's how it works. After you are healed and in good health, continuing the daily practice with UT protocols and a good diet will be your best insurance for a long, healthy life. Never allow yourself to become regularly exhausted or overtired. Consistent proper rest is crucial to health. Once you have recovered from a major illness or from pushing yourself too hard to accomplish anything, stay vigilant and mindful in getting abundant rest and relaxation. I do walk my talk. I'm going to the Valley View Hot Springs with my roommates for 4 days starting this weekend.
Lovely.
It's a clothing place, so I get to hang out naked with 200 strangers. It's a whole lot of fun.
Did you say last time, by the way, that this place was a family place? Like there were kids?
Yes, I've met kids for the last, I guess, 7 or 8 years. I saw them grow up there.
Like clothing optional kids?
Naked all the way. Yep.
Naked children. Okay.
Naked children, naked teenagers, naked 20-year-olds, and seniors.
What?
People go there for the healing effects of the water, and a lot of people like to socialize.
Wow.
It's such a relaxing thing because people don't have to go with all this stuff about, oh, who are you? And what do you have underneath your clothes? I mean, whatever it is taken away from you, it doesn't seem to be an issue with people having conversations.
Yeah.
Conditioning, isn't it? Again.
Right. Of course.
Yeah. So it's all built in. It's a practice. You have to build your wellness practice so that you know what you're going to do every day. There's momentum moving forward. And every day you can go, oh, yeah, I took care of myself today. It was a good day. Yeah, you're going to take care of your clients. You're going to take care of your close friends. You're going to take care of your environment. But you got to put yourself on the priority list.
Absolutely.
I needed to hear
Well,
that.
my retreat here, unfortunately, will be clothing requirement. I'm not quite deprogrammed yet, Brother Sage.
I get it, Alexis, and you will not be seeing me naked on the camera.
Okay.
I mean, the closest I got was I was doing an instructional video about taking a urine bath, and I had nothing on from here on up, from the waist on up, and I know it's very sensitive when you take things public, so I'm real conscious about that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I wish that we were all naked. I mean, obviously the programming is deep, but not quite there yet. So.
Okay, well,
I'm not either.
We're going to take a rain
I've got
check.
nothing against it. I'm quite open-minded, but I'm not ready to expose myself in that way quite yet. I think the world's...
Okay, if that's the case, then you better start talking more about UT to people.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm going to be doing that. There's no question about that.
Then you are being naked.
Oh, am I?
That's true. That's so true.
You're going to be transparent about your urine therapy practices. It's the same as standing there naked in front of people because you're not hiding anything.
Actually, nowhere to hide.
Do you know how few people I hear from anymore since I came out of the pee-pee closet?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Jokes aside, I'm kind of expecting this to happen. Don't get me wrong. So what do they do? Just drop you?
Well, I've just noticed since I came out a few months ago on my Facebook, I just hear from people less. You know, your vibration changes and shifts. Yeah. And even though I was expecting it, I didn't expect it as dramatically as it happened. Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with that because it shows me who my real connections truly are.
Yes.
But be prepared for that because definitely those that are, it's just like they say, your vibe attracts your tribe, and I'm working on that end of it now instead of focusing on the loss of some of these other people. I'm focused on the ones that have open ears and open hearts and minds.
It's no loss. They're not ready. They're not ready for it. And where you're going, people, like you say, they're open-hearted. They'll embrace it. They'll understand it. They'll love you unconditionally. And that's what you want, really, to be surrounded by those kinds of people. So I get it. Don't get me wrong. Initially, this is the things I wouldn't say I was fearful of. I think it was more of like having a job somewhere in a normal, whatever that is, place, and people talking and saying, oh, she's weird, and like she does this, and she, I think it was that kind of like, oh, I'm so used to being professional and perceived in that way and very private. This is very much I feel like I'm exposing myself. I feel like I'm naked almost to be doing this. So it's a huge leap I'm taking, but nonetheless, I'm still feeling quite good about it. You know, I feel ready, more and more ready to do it. You know, which is why I do appreciate us continuing our little group after, because if I do have a little wobble, then at least I can say, oh God, guess what happened? But I don't think it's going to bother me. I think I'm going to be like you. Just if they come or they laugh or whatever, then yeah, good luck to you. I'll still send you love. It doesn't matter.
You're going to stay true to you. You're going to be strong and anchored in what it is that you're about and what you're doing. And it's a sorting out process. I lost a bunch of friends because of COVID that I thought we were really close and we were on the same spiritual path, and found out, wow, we're not going to go any further on the journey. So new people are going to come in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. All right, moving on. I'm sorry. I think I got us off track again.
Okay, we're going back from the digressing. All right, here we go. Page 140. We've got another 15 minutes before we take a break. Everybody's bladder holding up?
Yeah, I've just run out, but I can wait.
I mean, what teacher ever said that when you were in school? Anybody got to go pee? Okay, we're good. All right, offering suggestions is not about prescribing, not about diagnosing. You can succeed when you're of service, when you guide, mentor, and not a personality, an ego, or identity who is seeking praise or has an attachment to the outcome. Urine Therapy teaches never make promises of healing with the client. The ultimate responsibility in healing with UT rests in the mind of the client. Give your best, expect the rest. One of the most interesting pieces of information on urine that I came across was the fact that the amniotic fluid that surrounds human infants in the womb is urine. The infant breathes in urine-filled amniotic fluid continually. Without the fluid, the lungs don't develop. Doctors believe that the softness of a baby's skin and the ability of in utero infants to heal quickly without scarring after pre-birth surgery is due to the therapeutic properties of the urine-filled amniotic fluid. And we're just come out so beautiful, and we come out so perfect until they start jabbing us in our first year. So let's hope that changes in our planet. UT works for some and not for everyone. What a statement, huh? Why? And people are gonna say, does it work on everything? Well, it may or may not. And I'm not trying to be vague, and I'm not trying to be, cynical here. But here's why. It's more complex than just drinking. Improving the diet, fasting, cleansing, right thinking, attitude, healthy emotions, and spiritual or self-love practices will boost the benefits. Do you understand? People who are miserable or self-destructive have a lot more work to do than do grateful and joyous people. Motivated people do really well with Urine Therapy. So are you seeing the common denominator here?
It's in the mindset. It's in the healing.
Mind, body. Yeah.
Every disease starts up here, so it's got to have to end up here, and you have to start a cycle of healing rather than a cycle of destructive thoughts that are making us poorly.
Yeah.
Right.
Trust the process. The healing begins with trusting the process.
Well said.
Well said, Pian. We need to, more than ever, to be able to know our thoughts compared to the world's thoughts, because when we get sucked into the collective consciousness or the agreed upon reality, and if you're not strong in your belief systems, you might start thinking like them and start getting the conditions they have. It's not right or wrong, it's where you are in consciousness.
Yeah. It used to be like that. I could get caught up in the news and all that. Now nothing. I'm so anchored in, I'm not rocking anyway, apart from my way.
Thank you. No more distraction. All right. A well-trained or intuitively sensitive UT therapist will make, bottom 141, will make inquiries into all areas of the client's life and design a well-rounded program that accelerates, deepens, and brings results. Detailed questioning is more thorough than just advising clients to do UT protocols and wish them well. Taking the time to do follow-ups brings confidence and reassurance to the client as you are working as a team to change, save, and improve a life. Studying and knowing the basics of the nutritional profile builds one's skill in making inquiries, addressing concerns, and offering UT protocol suggestions. For example, Working with clients who are stressed, exhausted, or have low energy, you may wish to remind them that urine contains nutrients like melatonin, serotonin, magnesium, DHEA, dopamine, L-theanine, phenylalanine, niacin, tryptophan, oxytocin, B vitamins, as well as vitamin C, zinc, etc., to support the function of the adrenals, the glands, the nervous system, and the brain. Knowing this, of course, is optional and does not affect the outcome of the benefits of UT for a client. It just adds more credibility and respect people who value this type of information. If you feel that in addition to their health condition, they are anxious with concerns about life, your sensitivity and intuition will guide and assist you to help clients during a session. Any questions? They're looking to you to be able to give their faith and their trust that you have enough wisdom and experience that you can help them out of their pain, help them out of their hell. All right. And so, like anything situation, you may find yourself sitting in a seat like I am a lot as a 911 operator or a first responder. You know, they've got to be calmer than everything. So when people come up to you, you already know where they're going to go, but they're in the middle of, all that sorting out, and you help them guide them there in a calm, peaceful way. And you don't have to know the answers for them. You just have to trust the process.
Right.
People think, I have to be educated. I need to know more about this. I need to know more about. No, you need to just relax and trust the process. Because when you do that, the right words always show up.
Oh, I love that so much, and I really believe it.
And while you're comforting them, guess what? The healing is mutual. One of the reasons I realize why I'm still doing massage and reflexology after all these years is that the benefits go both ways. And when the session's over and the client leaves my house and I'm sitting there with the massage table, I go, oh, I needed that. Because it slows your brain down when you do massage. You have to be in every muscle. You have to be in every insertion points and every trigger point. And you have to breathe. Listen to their feedback silently and verbally. It's a full being present meditation when you're doing bodywork.
Yeah.
Or colonics. I had to mention colonics because Mika's in the house.
Are you a colon therapist, Mika?
No, I'm a lymphologist. I'm a holistic practitioner. So I'm an ND actually.
Oh.
Okay.
But I specialize. My fascination always been lymphatic system as the largest part of our immune system that actually helps to carry toxins outside of the body. So
yes,
our detoxification mechanism, which is
that's
phenomenal.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to know more about my lymph system. I'm not really good with anatomy. I really need to know more about how it works because I've started to finally get back to working out and caring about my lymphatic system and detoxing and yet I don't know the first thing about where it all is. I know it's, in certain parts I know where those systems located, but yeah, I could definitely use a good study on that.
And I'm happy to help or guide you in any way I can, but I don't know, Brother Sage, if it's okay just to make a quick comment. What's really helpful and to help to restore the proper functions of the lymphatic system, as we all have busy lifestyle, and now we're doing obviously UT therapy is phenomenal in helping that process. But movement is also very important, right? And we don't get enough time in our busy schedules to find time to walk daily for miles. So I highly recommend to get one of those vibrational plates. I call them lymphesizers actually, because that's the proper name for it. So you can pick up one on Amazon for a couple $100 nowadays. So it's a frequency device that you can adjust. Basically, mimics trampoline, but electronic one. And when you on it for 15 minutes to half an hour daily or twice a day, it is equivalent of being several hours in the gym. And every cell in your body receives a workout effortlessly. You can actually listen to your high frequency sounds. That's what I do, like solfeggio. you know, the 9 different frequency palettes, and then, you know, drink your water with it. And then when you get off, you really feel phenomenal difference. So I highly recommend. And
it's called what's it called on Amazon?
So they called, on Amazon, you can put vibrational plate.
Vibration. Okay.
Plate.
Also known as a rebounder.
Vibration. Yeah, rebounders, but the rebounders are more so to the trampolines, right?
Right.
Because that's,
some people,
they're more manual.
Some people use it's about 2 or 3 feet in wide and has all the springs around the edge, and then it has 6 posts that hold it up.
Right. So those are manual ones. Those are the trampolines or rebounders. But now they have these electronic ones where you plug it into your power and then you adjust the frequency. Some of them have even solfeggio sounds built into it, so you can listen to. And they like 100, and I even seen some for $100. You know,
okay.
They might not have such a powerful motors, but what's good about it is that, like I said, you know, you don't, for people who are very ill or have joint issues and cannot bounce physically on rebounders, you can actually sit on it, or there's some that you can lie down on. They're a little bit more expensive, but you can sit on it in the beginning and it still restores your lymphatic system and your circulation. It's quite phenomenal. I recommend it to all my clients who are having health challenges. You know, it's a great tool to have.
This is fascinating,
and it's, you know, for all the ladies, it tones your body like there is no tomorrow, effortlessly.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, maybe what we could do, because I'm really interested in learning more about this as well, and now we're going to go into our own little private little class. Maybe Mika can do a class on this kind of thing for us, so we can.
I'll be happy to.
Fantastic.
Do you have a brand name for this item?
So there is several. Life Pro is one of the Amazon's
What's the second word?
sellers.
What's the second word?
Life Pro, Pro, Life Pro company.
Life Pro. Okay.
Life Pro.
Okay, thank you.
And that's the one I have. So
lovely.
And what kind of?
They have different models, so you can have. They have cheaper and more expensive. So now they have 4G and 5G frequency vibration. So, you know, it's kind of interesting.
You saw your body change when you started using this?
Oh yes, and you're gonna feel it after 1 use. Actually,
wow.
You're gonna feel like you've been in 15 minutes use. You're gonna feel like you've been a couple of hours in the gym. Your legs will feel it.
Okay, wow. Girl, because that's a lot of time that I could be saving.
Yes, for sure.
All righty now. I love you. I love me some Mika right at this moment. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love you all.
Yes,
wow,
thank you so much. I'm getting me one. I'm getting me one.
I'm getting me one.
That's
awesome. And this is great to know, to recommend to clients that are sedentary, have a sedentary lifestyle.
Right. Yeah. Well, again, the goal is optimal wellness for all of us, you know, and then the wisdom that we gain is about passing it forward, you know, caring and sharing.
I love you. You're an inspiration.
Yes, thank you, Mika.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, back to
brother.
Yeah, brother Sage, sorry.
Brother Oren.
There's like so much stuff that comes up and needs, and we're here to share and care and drink.
That's right.
I'm running out.
Well,
sorry, brother Sage. I didn't tell you that I'm gonna be a big distraction, but
the most beautiful distraction. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I like distractions of goddesses. So keep up the good work.
Amen.
We're gonna take a pee break.
Yay!
Yay! I'm good thinking. Now tick.
Yeah, so
now
true.
Tick. Biological clock stops right here.
Me too. I don't feel age. What is age? I mean, who cares? I mean, I say it, but I don't relate to that number. I just don't. That number feels alien to me. You know.
It's
yeah.
Well, that's because we're infinite.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, beautifully put.
Yes.
I'll drink to that.
Oh, yes. Cheers, darling.
I'll drink to that as well. I think I will also.
What's up, darling?
Hanging in the rain.
I'll tell you one thing I found, guys, is these old whiskey bottles are excellent. This for aging. So if anyone thinks, oh, she's having a good glug of summer aged.
For the old Johnny Walker. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. They're brilliant. And it actually looks like whiskey too.
Jack Daniel.
You can join your neighbors. Yeah, you can join your neighbors.
Leave that with your other bottles in the bar. Somebody might reach for it. That does not taste like whiskey.
I don't have a bar. The booze doesn't hang around in my place long enough. But one thing I've found is that I took your advice on like managing my addictions, and when I went away to Wales for a whole week, 30 grams of tobacco lasted me for the full 6, I think it was 6 days, and I was still smoking, but that's doing quite well. And also, like when I've been battling with alcohol and depression, I found, I'm not going to drink alcohol, and I've got this fresh from 3 in the morning and 6 in the morning. They're the best ones for me to have fresh. And then I've got aged, and I go up that, and it's really good for my cravings.
Well done, you. I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a Shivambhu warrior, but I'm also battling addiction too, you know. I'm
Good
really
girl. Baby steps, Pian. You're doing it, and we're going to support you all the way. We're here for you.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you. Because I need you. I can't do it alone.
Yeah, you can do it, but we're here to hold you. Yeah. So
okay. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not easy.
Yeah, come on. We know. We believe in you. We know you can do this because you have the will. You want to do it.
I'm doing it.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing it now. I'm actively doing it. You know, I'm not doing what I was doing before, drinking on an empty stomach, drinking because I was hungry, drinking 9% beer, which is, it just wreaks havoc on your mental health and your physical health. If I'm going to have a beer now, I have a nice Budweiser, check 1 beer, clean beer. No more.
Well, congratulations, Pian. You have created people to love you and support you in this group, as well as your Facebook
you're all
group.
brilliant, guys. You've been brilliant.
It's a journey, and it's never
This is a new.
Oh, and the kombucha.
Our ups and downs.
Yeah.
We all fall to the wayside, and we've all done it, whatever that thing is, whatever that addiction, whether it's food or chocolate or whatever, you know, we all have our own. So, you know, you're not alone.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're not.
All right. So we're all sinners, huh?
Oh, well.
We're all sinners and we're all saints.
And we're all
That's right. We are. We're both. We're the whole spectrum of delight. That's what we are.
We really are.
It's so true. It's just little sinful pleasures of life, I call it.
Yeah, and you've got to have a little bit of the old sin sizzling there.
You gotta use it or you lose it. Come on.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Grab your book. Speaking of, we're in class. Grab your book. You know, I so want to just stop and play, but I know how it goes. All right. Page 143. We're going to finish off that chapter. We're done with all the protocols. Shivambhu is love. In this manual, there are articles from UT educators, researchers, teachers on Shivambhu self-healing practices. These are written to help you design your perfect treatment suggestions. In the popular Shivambhu Hut social media network, if you're not a member, I recommend you joining. We're up to 620 members now. You can read UT articles and watch related videos, as well as contribute content that is being enjoyed by the members of the Growing Water family at the hut. To get a free membership, you go to shivambhu.org and you'll find the link for the hut. To avoid making claims and keep yourself from any legal matters, always remember that you are not a licensed medical professional who can diagnose and prescribe medications. Study general treatment suggestions, which we're moving toward in the next chapter. Stay on the safe side and only guide them along their Shivambhu journey. Remind them that the body heals itself when given the proper nutrients and those nutrients are absorbed. Mention that their body's innate intelligence custom manufactures the perfect elixir for their specific needs every time. This is important to know.
And then they're going to get them.
Yes, brilliant.
Now, general treatment suggestions. And someone come up to you and say, well, I have a condition with my eye. I've got a floater, I've got a cataract, I got night vision problems. Okay, whatever the condition is, when you study all these suggestions on page 146, 47, 48, 49, and so forth, you'll kind of get an idea that there are some that are appropriate in every situation. Now, if you've studied anatomy, if you studied reflexology, and you know the connection to the organs and to the health conditions, and someone says you have an eye problem, you may know it's related to the liver. And so you're going to do compresses on the liver, body massages, fasting, and so forth. So general treatment suggestion, you will eventually get really good intuitively to be able to offer these suggestions without having to look in a book. So this is merely a guide to get you going here. This list contains, we're on page 144. The list contains some of the most commonly labeled diseases and UT protocol suggestions from the classic book, Golden Fountain. The beneficial effects of practicing Urine Therapy may vary according to a client's diet, lifestyle, state of mind, and way of being, and his or her commitment. Benefits will range from some relief to total relief, and in general, one must realize that healing is always dependent upon many cofactors. In this chapter of the manual, you will find the precise methods in detail. As was mentioned in the discussion in the Whole Body Mind Healing chapter, all 4 pillars of health must be in balance to achieve optimum health or well-being. These areas include mental, emotional, physical, and self-love or spiritual. Now, I play with the words and I go back and forth because some people have a polarizing charge on certain words like spiritual, God, Holy Spirit. And so, I throw in words like self-love. So the atheists can get covered. There are no strict guidelines or rules for UT. Starting from a general basic treatment, everyone must find the application of UT which is most appropriate for their needs, and similarly with other types of treatments should be combined with UT for the best results. Generally, in cases of chronic or serious diseases, it's useful to do an Urine fast with distilled water, foot soaks. Now the distilled water is optional. Foot soaks, navel soaks, Urine enemas, and have regular Urine massages. This is referred to as an intensive treatment, quote unquote. In most cases, even when relatively healthy, these intense forms of UT is highly cleansing and health giving. Now, I highly recommend preventative care sometimes over trying to repair your body once it's already sick and breaking down. If you get ahead of it, you don't have it. So if you'll be proactive with your urine therapy and Shivambhu lifestyle, then you won't catch what's going around, or what the seasonal thing is. Your body will be strong enough, the immune system will be strong enough, and you'll be bulletproof. Right, Tom?
Yeah. I look at it as like sickness. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of different reasons for sickness, but just our body not functioning properly. And when you're practicing UT, it helps to keep your body functioning properly and getting things out, more efficiently, then you don't have the of sickness as often. At least I haven't yet since I've started. So.
Well, we were taught back assward on a lot of things on our planet, and one of the things we're taught is you don't improve your health or go to a doctor unless you're sick.
Yeah.
So it's almost like reverse way of thinking. If you don't get sick, you won't get sick.
It's absolutely backwards.
Yeah, it's the same
I
with the
look at
doctor.
the allopathic system is just terrible. Yeah.
They
It's
go after symptoms. They don't go after causes.
right.
And by
And
doing
it's
symptoms, you'll never get to the root of it, and you'll always be relying on their system because they're only giving you band-aids just to get you through that time period that seems intense.
yeah. It's interesting. The more I look into it, it seems pharma is running things, and so it's not.
Breaking up, Tom. Tom, we lost you.
Ah.
All right, I'm going to keep reading, Tom. You can get back here in just a second. Dennis, no superpower on page 145.
Drugs, sir.
You're breaking up, Tom.
Okay, well, just the system's bad, and yeah, pharma knows it.
Probably why you're breaking up, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all breaking up.
Where the hell are you? I can see you. You're in the supermarket.
Because
I
shopping.
She's
Right.
in the supermarket.
She's got her camera reversed, and she's showing us.
Hilarious.
All right, we're going to page 145. Generally, in cases of chronic or illness, I've already read that one. Whenever massage is mentioned in these treatment suggestions, you get to decide whether to use evolving or fresh. That's totally up to you. Evolving has more potency. The term massage generally means the gentle rubbing of urine into the skin or applying it to the affected areas. Now, a lot of these videos you've seen on YouTube, the guys out of India and the guys out of Africa, they're taking their urine and they're splashing it on really quickly. I think I mentioned this in class. Why don't they feather it on and slow it down? Slow down your strokes so it gets deeper, penetrates better. It's almost like, I'm in a hurry, let me just slap this on and get on my day. Take your time, be with it.
Sounds
So,
like
I find I apply in layers with this aged. I have this what used to be a soap dispenser, and it's got a little pump at the top, and then I pump and I keep it on my dresser next to my bed, and I pump some, and then I just rub it in, and I'll do it every 15 minutes until I feel satisfied.
Love that.
that's good.
Pian, I think you need to be our Vanna White for the urine therapy because you're a great presenter and a great model. I think you should just stand there and wave at the product and
50p from the LGBT charity shop.
Oh, that's so funny.
Little pump dispensers. That's what I've got one of those in the bathroom as well that I use. Sometimes it's just handy, just want to just quickly splash, wash.
Yep, give it a
You don't
slap.
even need to
give
buy
it a
one.
slap.
You can use one that had previously had a soap in it. Just get rid of it and then fill it up. Easy.
Yes, that's what I did. I just give that one a thorough clean with some aged urine and then filled it up. It's nice. It gives a nice little sting if there's a pimple. I thought, oh, it's stinging, and then the pimple be gone in a couple of days.
Okay. I love it. Let's make some more infomercials. This would be great. In another reality, we'll be able to slip these little infomercials on mainstream media, and they don't know if we're joking or not.
That's right.
I mean, I always thought what it'd be like if there was no limit to what I can do on this planet with money. I'd be doing infomercials, pay-per-views, running billboards along the highway in Texas. I mean, we could have a whole lot of fun.
Oh God, I can only imagine what we would be seeing on some of those billboards, brother.
Oh goodness.
People would stop and notice, that's for sure.
Oh, they would.
They wouldn't sure. They'd be shaking their head. What?
I've seen it all.
I have seen it all. Couldn't get any weirder. Page 156. We're going to go to how to clear the mind of negative association. This is the reason I designed the book, and particularly this section right here, because all the urine therapy books that came out of the 1900s, the 1920s, John Armstrong, 1940s, Beatrice Barnett, and Martha Christie, 1994, they all talked about the technical approach to urine therapy. But I knew that we needed to handle the negativity and the doubters and the trolls and the people that really need this information. And nobody was addressing that. So I decided to dig in, and this is why this came into the books.
Great.
So, Alexis, would you read on page 156?
Sure.
Chapter
11. A little mucusy today, I hate to say, but I can feel it. Okay, clearing the mind of all negative associations, beliefs, or ideas about UT, including suggestions, theories, and myths taught to you, especially by the medical industry. Learning a client's beliefs about urine and if they ever considered drinking their pee gives you a clearer picture of which direction to take the conversation and initial consultation. Beatrice Barnett, in her book, The Miracles of Urine Therapy, offers a good approach to handling aversions to drinking urine. Throughout the civilized world, blood and blood products are being used in the medical world without evoking the repugnance associated with urine. We use prepackaged cells, blood plasma, white blood cells, and countless other blood components. Urine is nothing other than a blood plasma product. Babies are being breastfed, and we easily accept this along with the common practice of eating dairy products. Yet we cannot imagine drinking urine. Fresh urine contains the same substances as those found in the blood. If you think about it, urine is ultra-filtered blood plasma water. Pee was part of your blood just minutes before and flowed elsewhere through your body, possibly through your tongue. Since urine is not poisonous or disgusting while in the body, why is it considered so repulsive as piss? I mean, pee-pee. For you, Vian. Overcoming objections in a sensitive and compassionate manner is crucial to a successful UT session. Anyone who criticizes or challenges you about urine therapy, whether someone in person or someone who calls into a radio show while you are being interviewed, known as a heckler or troll, is someone who never did their research and is repeating what they have been taught about urine. This way, you never take their words, energy, or emotions personally, and you can hold your ground while confidently responding to them.
And I'm taking the hit for you guys. I've been on, when I started doing radio show after radio show after radio show back in 2018 and 2019, I found it rather quickly that some of the guys who brought me on the show, they wanted to have fun with the subject, and some of them sounded like they were criticizing the subject. So I knew not to take any of it personal, but to be able to take control of the conversation.
It's awesome. That means you are very centered. That's great. Bring it on, baby. Some of the concerns or mental obstacles that have been overcome about drinking urine has included, I've always thought it was a waste product. Why would anyone want to drink their pee? They are secretly wondering if you are trusted or credible source, if you were a trusted or credible source. They seem to be waiting for guidance from their inner voice to decide about working with you. These are the pillars of health and well-being: mental, emotional, physical, self-love, which is spiritual. It is to your advantage, dear readers, to take this teaching to heart and design a personal daily program of practices for you first. After being a product of discipline, you will know how to assist your clients in finding their way. Number one, what will they, parents, siblings, children, or partner, think of me if I become a pee drinker? Remind the client that what they think about themselves matters most. What others think about you is none of your business. Ah, that's a good Wayne Dyer one. I love that. Your work will include acknowledging and giving them recognition, empowering them, and reminding them the truth about themselves. I'm going to feel embarrassed and think that others are criticizing me. Once again, give client reassurance that they are okay just as they are right now. Are you insane or in a cult? Trust issue, give reassurance. Is it safe? Trust issue, give reassurance. I have been drinking my pee for many years and I feel greater every day. 30 30 million people worldwide are alive and well because they drink their wee every day. Does that tell you anything?
There's a lot more than 30 million. According to Doc Mike, we're up to 1 billion.
Wow.
I said, how do you come up with that? People are always asking me because I come up with statistics. How did you come up with that? He says, with 50 countries, there's a lot of indigenous people who don't document or advertise or take public their practices. So he came up with 1 billion people, and that's what I've been using.
Probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, makes sense.
1/7 of our population.
Wow. So question, is Orin really sterile or full of germs? Answer, being made in the ultimate sterile environment without any contact from outside the body, your water is being made in ultra sterile laboratory conditions. It is always designed exactly to meet your most current bodily needs, stored in a sterile container, the bladder, and then signals you by using pressure that your elixir is ready. Urine is absolutely sterile, and most of the urine that your body produces goes back into the bloodstream anyway. If urine is a waste product, then spending 9 months growing a baby body in the womb while drinking, snorting, and bathing in our piss would have caused us to be sick or dead at birth. Plus, our vagina or penis would not be so beautiful from dripping pee on our genitals every day.
I wrote that?
Huh?
I wrote that?
Some can't even look.
It's in the book. I must have wrote that.
Is everyone's genitals beautiful? I don't know about that. But anyway, question, why does orange smell sometimes?
We need to get out more.
Answer, after a while, the uric acid in urine changes into ammonia, and only then does it start to smell. However, the smell evaporates completely after the urine is absorbed into the skin or any organic surface. Got any testimonials or research that might convince me? Yes, there are thousands to show you. What will it take for you to trust my word and get started? Wow, was it hard for you to take that first drink? I was 40 at the time and had experimented with just about everything imaginable. Considering all the many methods of healing that I have tried as a way to become healthy, drinking my pee was not much of a leap. Is this your story, brother?
Yes.
You were 40 at the time when you started?
Yes.
Okay. What really convinced me to go for that first sip and drink was the writings of Cohen van der Kroon, The Golden Fountain, my UT Bible, and Leonard Orr, The Secrets of Youthing. It was the reminder by Leonard, a devotee of Babaji, known by many as Lord Shiva, that spoke to me. Since Shiva sent Leonard to deliver the Shivambhu message to me, of course I said yes. What has it done for you? It has healed the intestines, vision improved, hearing sharpened, and calmed this restless mind. Keeping the discipline of using UT protocols every day for 26 years continues to bring me a clear, calm mind, balanced emotions, and boundless energy all day. And when did you write this book?
This book was in 2020.
Oh my gosh, so 28. Okay, so you're, wow.
I started in 1994, so it's 28 years actually.
You have discovered the fountain of youth. I can't imagine that you're almost 70. Does that mean you're almost 70?
This month I'll be 68.
Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. Okay, I had no idea.
That's why that explains why I date 40-year-olds.
Knew you were going to sneak something like that in there. Yeah. I have always thought that it was a waste product. It's what I always heard about pee. Where did you get that idea? What made you think that was true? Perhaps the medical system made it all up to hide the knowledge of Shivambhu from us. Why would anyone want to drink pee? When I am done explaining the truth about Orin and have answered all of your questions, you will be convinced. Only when your motivation or why is strong enough to take action to get well will you hear and understand why millions are healthier and happier because they made the choice to begin and practice AUT every day. Trust me, you will be glad you did. I am so still in that one. I like that.
You're getting used to this kind of jokes. Okay.
You will be glad you did. Oh, brother, brother, brother. I love it. Why should I trust you or take your word for it that it's safe and healthy for me to drink my pee? Do I appear sane and sincere that AUT is the real deal? Check in with yourself now and see how you feel about it and if you're ready to go for it. By planting this one idea in their mind, concerns start to wash away as they sense your certainty and sincerity about UT's potential to help restore their health. What if we are right and urine really is perfect medicine and the medical system got it wrong? Okay, now you got my attention. How do I start? Reminder, you and your client can only succeed as long as you take the position of a servant, guide, mentor, and not a personality, ego, or identity that is seeking to prove anything. Number one, offer a personal AUT story as confirmation or validation that you got results, proving to them that you are not a snake oil salesperson, are sincere, and do walk your talk. You can also offer the stories of others, third party, to satisfy their need for testimonials. Teach what UT has done for others. Learn how UT teachers are designing general suggestions, chapter 9 on general treatment suggestions.
How can you have a secret agenda when you're not getting a penny for this?
Right.
The people want you're a snake, you're not selling anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You just tell them the good news, and it's up to them to accept it.
Yeah, you're just bearing witness.
Amen.
Number two, teach basic UT 101. Keep it simple. Avoid talking over their head no matter how much they appear to know. Get in the habit of thinking that you are speaking to a fifth grader and you'll be effectively communicating with most people. There is, of course, not much you can do with skeptics or closed minds. Yet you have planted a seed, which may take root and grow someday. I had a guy reach out to me after I came out, telling me that he thought I was doing Satan's work, that I was like, that I was participating in satanic rituals by consuming my own water, and was very concerned for my my spiritual life. Like he was sincerely like reaching out to me, like wanting to save my soul.
I hope you didn't entertain him.
Oh, well, I did engage with him. I knew him a little bit from Florida, and I just reassured him that if it was if it was the work of something that was of the dark side, I would have felt, I believe I would have felt nothing but darkness surrounding my life. And in fact, it's been the opposite. Everything has lightened up. Everything has lifted. My depression, my energy has gone through the roof. My sense of purpose is back. I feel, that I'm back in my skin. I feel completely on a self-love journey.
Great answer. Great answer. What did he say in response to it?
I'm sorry.
What we're doing is the light that we've taken in the past 12 or 24 hours, the daylight, the brilliance that we've absorbed, we've kind of photo, like how plants do, and then it comes out in our, and literally we're just reabsorbing our light in a liquid form.
Yes.
And exactly. I feel that had a major play in helping my depression, going Absolutely. From 18 pills a day to like practically none.
Wow.
And I would tell them this is not a spiritual matter. This is not about light and dark. This is about biology. This is about physiology. This is about something that your body is making. This is not a religious debate.
No. What was his response, Alexis, out of curiosity? When you said those things?
I mean, he was a little bit put off, I think, because I wasn't responding the way that he wanted me to respond.
Yeah.
But I assured him that, I didn't need saving, that I had already been saved.
Yay. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So
I feel that way. Go ahead. I do feel like it's a spiritual journey, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It is a spiritual journey, but I don't think this is a fight between the light and the dark here.
No.
The room is all over. Did you turn to him and say, so is that a yes or a no?
I don't know. I'm trying to think how we ended it. I'm pretty sure that I told him how I felt, and he wasn't pushy about it after that, thank goodness. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of concerning because I felt kind of like attacked a little bit. You know, I've never had anyone come at me that way. And if anyone knows me in the slightest amount, even just small exchanges that I had even with him, you would know that I'm not the kind of person that, you know, is going to go
Dabble in that.
dabble in the dark side, you know, the dark force or anything. But
I suppose in a way, that's a good example of what, when we were speaking earlier, what I thought, you know, what could happen. People could come out with shit like that to you, and it's being able to handle it without going, oh, you know, don't talk to me like that. But you know, you handle it so beautifully. And what you said, what response can you give to someone when you answered him like that? Because it's all true as well. It was a beautiful answer. So well done, because he caught you off guard.
Yes, it definitely did. And because we weren't that close, it was even more off-putting that someone that I didn't know that very well came at me that way.
Yeah, judging you in that way. Oh, well done. Well done.
Oh, thank you. I do say that, you know, I give him more credit than a lot of people who have just fallen away, that I did have closer ties to, because at least he was brave enough to say,
yes,
you know, like, this is kind of disturbing to me. It feels kind of like, you know, this is coming from a darker place. You may want to like pray about it, or I forget how he worded it. It wasn't horrible, but it was alluding to the fact that he thought it was from, you know, a dark energy force. Whereas a lot of these other people don't say anything. They do what I've mentioned. They're indifferent, which is horrible. It's kind of a bigger slap in the face when they don't acknowledge you in any kind of a way, when you're sharing your heart and you're passionate about something, and they don't respond at all.
You're so right there, because actually, in a way, you know what, credit to him for speaking up, because he wasn't rude to you, but he's asleep. He hasn't woken up to this, so it is disturbing to him. It's like, what the hell? Again, it's the conditioning,
right?
So at least powerful. You know, but like you say, everybody else is like, oh, and they just run off.
Yes.
You know, they don't even give you the opportunity to say, look, what is this about? What are you doing? Like, it feels a bit alien to me, but can you tell me a bit more? Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of people like that. But equally, for all those people that there are like that, there's going to be others that are more open, or even like him. Right now, he's got a little question mark above his head, and he could be one that opens up later. You never know. Yeah. You could have opened the door slightly there for him.
Because this is becoming, so to me, this is becoming way more popular than when I first ran across it years ago. I believe that it's going to catch on like fire, because we're starting to spread this energy and this knowledge, and people are waking up more, you know. So he'll come across it again, and he'll think of me one day. He will.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. And I love that, showing them the Bible quotes. I'm going to try and pull a load out, because a lot of people.
I have one. I have one. It's beautiful. You have turned me from my mourning into dancing. You have removed my sackcloth and clothed me in gladness, to the end that my glory may sing praise to you and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to you forever.
Beautiful.
That's the one I wrote down in my Shivambhu training book to share with everyone.
What's the verse and book of that?
To be honest, I've written 3. I think it might be Jacob 3 verses 11 and 12. It could be Matthew. I didn't write that part down. And I'm not a big Bible.
I'm gonna dig my Bible out.
I'm not a big Bible quoter, but
okay. Well, yeah.
My friend Pete, he has umpteen, and he has shared lots with me, which I'm going to share.
Yeah,
quoted out
because they are pure gems. They're just gems of wisdom. And what can you say to that if you just drop that in?
Right.
Yeah, he says that when the Bible talks about John, it's actually talking about P.
You know what? I heard that.
When he's
Yeah.
talking
Also
about
heard
John
that
the Baptist.
when
Yeah.
John was baptizing Jesus and other people, it was in urine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And
I
Jesus
I
said,
have no problem believing that.
come to me that are hungry and thirsty and drink of me.
Yeah, of course.
Words, drink of me.
So other than laying Bible quotes on the guy, in order to, or for whatever our reason is, to either convince him that he's wrong or just to show him there's another way to look at it. I'm reminded of how my brother and I were going in the same direction when we were like 17 and 18. And all of a sudden he goes to a different college and I go to a different college. All right. We were raised Jewish. And he goes off to college and comes back a born again Christian. I go off to college. I come back as a hippie and a new ager. And for years after that, he kept sending me little brochures that saying, you've gone to Satan. You need to come to Jesus. He was trying to save me. Well, we could never quite regain our relationship. So I thought, well, when I was in the Course in Miracles, I got one because this is directly from Jesus. So I sent him quotes from the Course in Miracles. It didn't faze him. What fazed him is I talked to him as someone I love. When we talked as brothers and not about our philosophy or our religious beliefs, we could stay connected.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
This is about more humanity.
Yeah.
And I love the Course in Miracles, brother. I studied that too. It's a beautiful book.
That keeps coming on my radar. I'm going to get that book because it's been coming up for ages, and I feel I'm going to get that book. I've actually put it down to order it on Amazon. So yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, get the book. It's everywhere. You can even find it at thrift shops, garage stores, and used lending libraries at churches.
Yes. So let's get back on track here.
You're on mute.
Mika, did you want to say something before we keep going? You're muted.
Oh, sorry. I was just commenting that yes, Course of Miracle is a phenomenal book of wisdom.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Just be prepared that you're going to feel like you're falling off the face of the planet. Just FYI.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Is a book about unlearning.
Yes. Of course, you're already deprogrammed, Vienna. I mean, you've done a lot of work already to deprogram, so you may not feel it as strongly. But I remember I was just in the beginning stages of deprogramming, and getting into the Course in Miracles, I felt like I was just falling off the edge.
I can imagine.
It was quite the experience.
So and I think just the comment, most of us are people that I have spoken to when they get on that shift in consciousness journey and deprogramming journey, the comments are usually that, interestingly, intuitively, we all knew that and we were all drawn to that, right? Like we knew either we had visions in our, lucid dreamings, or that this is the truth, right? And
yes,
we just know that it is. That's why we all here, and we have no doubt, because this here connects right away, and it's like, yeah, I always know that. It's a confirmation, right? It's our confirmation.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree. I'm so excited. Do you know what the funny thing is? I've had it in my basket for a while, and I don't know why I haven't ordered it, but it keeps popping up. So something's telling me I've got it. I'm doing it today.
Yes.
So thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
That's the one. This is the latest version. The first ones came out. It was 3 separate books. The workbook, the lessons, the teachers, and this, they can put it all in one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a thick book, Vienna. It's
it is. There's also a mini version, right? There's also like a little manual version for the beginners, for people. And I've seen them in the, used bookstores, which is if somebody cannot afford it or doesn't have access to the big one, then there's the little manual. It has a lot of prayer affirmations, which are just great to start with, and some reference. Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to go with the big one. I'm going to go with the big one. I'm going to get the Bible.
There's
For sure.
social media groups. There's social media groups on the Course in Miracles. People post all kinds of PDFs and quotes from the Course in Miracles, but there ain't nothing better than a personal copy, and you have a personal relationship with it, and you can highlight things. And
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Today, thank you.
And remember, you are the miracle. You are God's miracle.
I love you.
You are the miracle. That's beautiful. Yes, we are. We're all the miracle.
That's right. We are miracles.
All right, guys, we're gonna hit it for another 15 minutes and then take off the recording, and anything goes.
Ooh.
Too little, too late. Anything goes already.
This group doesn't have any barriers.
In this community, the flow goes from the heart. So
that's right. As the pee flows, so do our mouths.
So that's right.
Those that are serious about saving their lives and healing themselves will be listening and will take your advice. Teach the joy of drinking one's own water and all UT protocols. Clients will guide you in taking the next step and dive deeper into the UT lifestyle. When a doctor claims that any disease is incurable, what they really mean is that their limited education and profession does not include self-healing and cannot help you. Doctors do not promote UT either because they don't know about it, or they do know about it and will lose their reputation, license, and practice if they tell the truth. The word incurable really means incurable, meaning that from within, we are curable. Understanding this word in a new way reveals that healing is an inside job. Orin is the curable miracle drink that is already available to you right now. Keep in mind that practicing UT every day is a lifestyle choice, which requires a strong connection to Shivambhu, your body, daily discipline, and utmost faith. When a client is ready to learn about UT and how to present it to others, that's when their Shivambhu journey really begins. Use your own free personal curative to reclaim health and well-being without any expense. The only costs are containers with lids or soft cloth material with rubber bands to store the Orin. 1 to 2 eye cups, enema bag with tube, clamp for all related supplies, neti pot, cotton balls, washcloths, tongue cleaners, free from a dentist, 1 to 3 ounces size glass dropper bottles with dropper, 2-gallon Tupperware tub, Q-tips, an 8-ounce cup, and a good imagination.
See how cheap that is?
That is very cheap. I love it. On being a trusted source, and most people have all of that, right? So on being a trusted source for clients, establishing trust and a connection with students and clients is achieved from the skills and expertise you keep developing as an Urine Therapy professional. Relationships with clients get easier as you bring a clear state of mind, calm energy, sensitivity, and presence into every meeting with them. We've lost me here. Relationship building develops organically into mutual trust and admiration. Remember, it is not up to you to make any decisions. Set rules or boundaries for your clients. As with any form of therapy, you are the facilitator or guide of every session or consultation. Despite how a client may perceive you, you are not to presume any role as a healer, savior, or authority for them. The responsibility for healing and well-being is always up to the client. A mere shift of perception is all that is required to heal oneself. A Course in Miracles. Your work is to teach information that will lead a client to learn their own unique way on this path. This empowers them to become motivated and self-disciplined in restoring their health and well-being. When a client is excited or inspired by why they are drinking pee and using UT protocols daily, then their commitment and success is assured.
So if you'll notice, sorry for interrupting. if you notice what you're doing with people is guiding them to reassemble their reality. There's what's known as an assembly point. Every morning you get up and you reassemble your reality the way you did it the morning before, so that you feel comfortable, you feel safe, you do the same routines, you're going down the same route that you did the day before. Well, if you reset your anchorage point to perfection, to divinity, and to your source, to love, then life takes on a whole 365-degree leap. I mean, it's totally different. So people have to get out of their context and how they hold their reality, what they think about. And so you're helping them to crack their mind open to possibilities that didn't exist up until they met you.
Yeah.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
So kudos for doing this.
Absolutely. You just did your job and made a best friend for life. Urine Therapy shortcut teaching method, the link. Lead with this question: do you think urine can be beneficial to one's own health? This gets them thinking about it. And no is the usual answer. I was always taught that piss is toxic, so my reaction has always been that it is disgusting and smells, well, like pee. This is when you remind them of situations in which urine is commonly used. Peeing on your feet for athlete's foot, fungus, or smelling feet. Soldiers are taught in the Army's survival manual to drink pee for survival, if stranded on a desert or out in the ocean. To this, they respond with, yes, but that is the only time I would drink it, would be to save my life. Okay, now we agree it can save your life. Bingo. Your door of opportunity just presented itself. How can something that is toxic or a waste material save your life? Their mind just made room to hear what you have to say about urine therapy. Breathe. Relax, and in your own way, briefly tell them what you know about UT. This is the point where the topic can be discussed more openly, without you being labeled as a complete idiot or someone that is crazy. I always love to throw in the line, you know you have drank your own urine before. Oh, yeah, you know you've drank your own urine. And they will reply, they haven't, LOL. Then I go into the baby in the womb amniotic fluid is pee teaching, where the conversation goes from this point is up to you. Call Brother Sage if you need a backup on your team. Don't worry, pee happy. It is the Shivambhu high that has created millions of Shivambhu devotees across Earth who are keeping up this practice every day as their secret health program. Urine therapy can be easily explained. No complicated laboratory tests are required. No intricate scientific explanations are necessary, and no diagnosis is needed. Remind clients that there are no risks, danger, or negative side effects to worry about other than possible cleansing and healing reactions. You will be asked to be willing to adjust many of your activities and considerations so you can focus your attention on the study and practice of pee. Once a person starts drinking pee and including topical protocols, clients see results rather quickly and make the commitment to stay with UT. There have been many specific reports that validate this theory. Many people with serious conditions are improving considerably in a week up to a month on average.
Many a lot quicker.
Yeah.
We don't want
Mine was immediate. Mine was absolutely immediate.
No, so was mine, and a lot of people are experiencing that. But you don't want to, make a claim or set a timeline for people because you don't know what else is happening at deeper levels in their bodies,
True.
and so give them a rough estimate what most people are experiencing. Then they won't be coming down on me going, yeah, but she said, the Brother Sage said.
Brother Sage said, all his fault.
So, this is about surviving. This is what you use when you're surveying a client. After doing interview after interview after interview, I would write questions after questions for the person I was interviewing, and decided to just bring all these questions into the books because these are some of the things that you'd want them to think about, and that's why these are in here. You don't have to read that now, but when you get a chance, you can go through that and take a read. on the kind of questions, the kind of probing, the kind of investigating you're doing. Pointing out to people that maybe their life is not as complicated as they make it out to be. And if they would start thinking about drinking their water, it might simplify a whole lot about their life.
Yes.
It has for me. I've not had to make a whole lot of trips down to the store to buy crap that I don't use anymore.
Yeah, you save a fortune as well. It's so freeing to the mind. I used to be a bit of a shopaholic. I've got to admit, I love, oh, I work so hard, I need to buy something as a reward or whatever, I don't know. And like, even I hadn't been shopping for like months, and then we all three of us, we had to just update our phones. And they said, don't you want to go to a shopping centre? I went, no. I went in a little crystal shop and I bought 2 crystals and it came to £8, which is like nothing. And I'm so happy with that. When before I'd have, oh, let me go and buy some hair products, let me go and buy some perfume, let me go and get us a bit of makeup. I just don't even need it now. I don't want it. It's so liberating in every way.
Yeah, it really is. You're right. It shifts everything. Like the materialistic stuff becomes
unimportant. Yeah, you just don't, there's no need for it. You just don't want it. You don't, before it's like a craving. And I used to be, someone used to say to me, you're an advertiser's dream, because I'd see an advert on the TV and go, oh, that looks really good. Or that, that seems, now I don't take in nothing grabs my attention like that anymore. It just, I think, oh, what a load of crap. What a load of rubbish. I don't need it.
Yeah.
Right.
And what I have fun is walking through a grocery store and go through aisle after aisle and go, don't need that, nope, don't need that, nope, don't need that, don't need that. And by the time I'm done, I'm at the produce section.
Isn't it shocking though, when you do go to the supermarket and you see, wow, all the aisles and the junk and the shit and the crap that people are putting every day to their bodies and not thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's shocking. It's so shocking now when I look at I think, what, this much stuff? Really?
Well, you can tell how brainwashed they are, Vienna, because a lot of times they don't even stop and read the labels.
No, they don't. They just chuck it in.
Right. And at the cash register, when you're checking out and you're looking at the size of their carts and how filled up they have.
And the sad thing is, the children are already conditioned. Mum, throwing this, that, and the other sugar-coated nonsense. So much. Like, wow.
While wearing a mask.
While wearing a mask, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I'm still seeing, it's so crazy. I'm still seeing people driving by themselves with masks in the car. I SMH the whole time. I just shake my head the whole time driving past. I cannot even believe that this is still going on. Like sometimes I do struggle when I walk past people who are suffocating themselves because all they're doing is inhaling their own carbon monoxide. And you just want to say, please,
take it off.
Like breathe.
Take it off. Yeah, breathe.
Breathe. Yeah.
Unfortunately for work, I have to wear one because I work with elderly and it's just respectful that I do. But to be honest with you, I don't really care for one. And it's so nice to just go out and just be, I'm not bothered about being anywhere. I don't feel the fear like they feel that fear. That fear just doesn't affect me, doesn't touch me anymore. It's remarkable.
Well, then you won't be affected when they come up to you and you're at the shelf and you're grabbing something and next to you is someone else grabbing something. I get into conversations with them as if there's no mask there. And for you to get past any judgment you have about or that you know better than they do, it has to drop away. Eventually, they've got to figure it out that there's 90% of the people in the store don't have a mask on, but I have a mask on. What's with this picture?
Yeah.
One faculty that people have almost all lost is critical thinking.
Yes.
True.
And that's the beauty of Shivambhu. Everything comes back. Everything comes flooding back. The knowing, the remembering, that just no fear. The abundance of real contentment and happiness within that just overflows in a way like no other.
I'm so glad I'm not alone in that, Vienna, because I really thought, am I imagining this? Am I experiencing this because I just want to, or is this really happening to me? Because I felt this overwhelming sense of self just flood back into my spirit, and it was like they said, it was like I was born again. I felt like I was coming in to the world in a new way with fresh eyes. And I never anticipated that. I don't believe that I caught it the first time I tried it because I wasn't as aligned. But man, it's powerful, and it happens so suddenly and but yet gently. It's so
I know.
Like
it's amazing. It's like it is. It's so like it's mind blowing. I told you every day. I've said this to you, all of you. Every day it just knocks me for six. That how this affects me. I'm on a high. I'm on a high in the morning. I'm on a high in the nighttime. It doesn't matter what time it is. I'm on a high.
Right.
I was not really a morning person. I would get up, but I wasn't like, well, I'm happy to get up in the morning.
Right.
I'm willing to go.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it doesn't matter what I see in my day. And I'm like, I'm beaming at them. I think I'm and I'm just sending them so much love. I'm thinking, I feel you look really like you bogged down in life, and I'm just sitting there really scowling at me, and I'm sending you love. I'm sending you so much love, because it just makes you feel like that.
Yeah, it does. It puts you in as an empath. My whole life I've felt energy, but I've also been triggered by a lot of that energy. Whereas now, I think Shivambhu has calmed my spirit to a level that when I am bombarded with others' anxiety or negativity or doubt or fear or whatever it may be, I just send out love. I literally just feel like you. I just say, you know what? I love you. And I say it to everyone in the room sometimes in my spirit. I just send out this I love you message. I love you. I love you. Because it puts you in a state of connection like nothing else. It really hits home how connected you are to everyone and everything. And that is a powerful modality. I mean, the fact that this has been in our system, in our grasp all of our lives, and has been hidden like this. That's why we're here.
It is. When we think that, and yet now we feel so connected. We know we're one. And that's what we're feeling and sending that love. We know it's palpable. We know by doing that, whatever they're going through, they're going to feel that. That's going to resonate in some way. It's going to touch someone. And inevitably, how much they're scowling at me, when I look at them and I smile, they look maybe so uncomfortable that they don't really want to smile back at me, but they're kind of like, oh, I'm not sure about this girl really smiling at me. But they get touched by it in some way. I feel it.
Yeah, they really do.
Transferable without the use of words.
Yeah.
And people are staring at you, Vienna, and going, I want what she's having.
Yeah, it's a When Harry Met Sally moment. That's right.
I want that ooh-ah effect. Ooh-ah-ah.
Yes. I love it. Oh, tomorrow, guys, tomorrow, Sarah and I are doing Wellness Wednesday with another guest. So if y'all want to join, I'd love to have y'all on. It's going to be, oh gosh, I'm going to forget his name.
What time is it?
It's going to be 5 p.m. your time. So it's 12 o'clock Eastern time. It'll be 11 o'clock your time, Tom, I think, in Arkansas, 1 hour behind. So 11 a.m. and then 5 p.m. UK. And I'm not sure what it would be behind for you, brother, but you watch us anyway, which is awesome. And
I would love a link to that, you guys.
Yeah, me too. I tried to find the Harry Matadine one, and I could only find 1 minute of it, and it said go to the comments section, and I couldn't find the link to it because I really wanted to watch that one.
Oh, okay, I'll send you the link
to that one, please.
Yeah, please, me too.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope they didn't take it down, the one for me.
Well, I couldn't find it, but I'm not really like a savvy on social media, so it could be me, but I did look through the comments. I couldn't see.
Okay, well, I'll try to send you the link. I'm not really that savvy either, but I'll do my best. I'll try to look for it and
Thank
send it
you.
to everybody.
Yeah, or even you guys have our phone numbers, right? You can send a text message or whatever with the
Well,
links.
this is our group. What we'll do is we'll all give our numbers if you want to.
I think I posted that in
Could
chat.
you
So.
WhatsApp group?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
if it's easier, I'm saying, you know.
Well, we can
Okay.
do that.
Sometimes it's hard to figure
Because
out.
that way, if we're going to have a class, well, we need to work out what day and time is good for everybody. Like when
Okay.
we're going
Right.
to up. So if we all just exchange numbers before the end or at the end on the last day, then at least we can I can send a text out to everyone and say, right, is this time and day good for everybody?
Sure.
And if not,
Good
you know,
call.
we can let each other know so we can just continue.
Vienna, what platform? Are you thinking WhatsApp or
Well, I
what's
was
the
going to
difference?
do Zoom. I was going to
Zoom?
do Zoom, but I thought we'd have the WhatsApp just so that I can text everyone. It's just easier. They can instantly let them know what we're doing, when we're doing it, and maybe like say this week Mika's going to talk about da-da-da. And then, you know, we can all do a little something. It'd be quite nice, or we just want to just get together and have a chat and catch up on what's been going on.
Right.
Whatever you guys want to do, you know.
And once I get my little lymphatic
Device.
exercise machine,
Yeah, I'm
we can have
excited.
little vibration, like
I want to get one too. And I'm going to get my Course in Miracles books, and I can pull out a few quotes out of the Bible and the Course in Miracles.
oh yes, I need to find my
I'm quite
copy and have
excited
it.
about this. I'm quite excited.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book.
So,
Okay.
Leanne has a quick recipe to share.
Oh, okay.
Leanne, did you want to share your recipe?
Okay, yes, I do. So my recipe is a small handful of cloves, and I've
Yes.
literally just processed now. It's been aging for a few months. Those are the cloves I've removed from the aged orange. It's been aging for some months. There's the colour.
Your screen's frozen. There you go.
Oh wow.
And
Oh,
this is
wow.
what I use on my skin all over.
That's
Do
This
a
is
clear
a
jar.
tonic and a tonic.
Cloves, Pihan, do you like the black ones? Are you talking about the real whole
Yeah,
one?
Yeah, little whole cloves, a little
I know.
spice thing.
Nice. I love
Handful
the
of
smell of
them.
cloves as well. Great
and
idea.
it really gives a nice wholesome smell and a
You
really
could
lovely
do a
taste.
little slot on these kind of things because you're really good at that kind of thing as well, like your little pumps and your little cloves.
I'm going to be doing some more practice with essential oils, and
Nice. This is going to be
it's a gorgeous smell of cloves. It's like oil after that. It's not.
I love
It's like
cloves.
oil.
Okay.
Mika, everyone was talking. We missed what you said. All right.
Sorry.
You're muted, Mika. Can't hear you. Can anybody read lips?
I can't hear
Well,
Mika
Mika,
either.
you're muted. We know you're talking, but we can't hear you. You're muted.
We can't hear you, Mika. I think you're muted. You didn't hear. Okay.
All right, let's send her something in the chat really quick.
Right, you guys, I've got to go in a minute because I've got another class starting straight away, which is something that I want to talk to you about actually, because I'm also doing something else that I would love to share with you as a gift.
Okay.
But I'll tell you all about that on another time. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you all for the last one on Thursday. But it's not the last; it's just the beginning of something new.
That's right. That's right. It's just a different kind of.
And I will have certificates
so much,
for all you lovely grads. We have certificates for you.
Yay!
Yay.
I love you all so much.
Love you too.
My happy family.
That's
Mwah.
right. Happy day. We'll see you
Yeah.
Thursday.
I might see you on Wellness Wednesday tomorrow if I can
Yes,
get.
please.
Yeah. All right. I love you. Bye.
Are we all going or?
We're all going.
We're all going.
guess
Okay.
so.
Bye, everybody.